Like, are you kidding me? It completely broke. Wow. That's really unfortunate. I didn't even press record on the camera, so we're gonna start over again.
So that's kind of disappointing that half of our pumpkins are rotten.
So hi girls, but what you haven't met, or who you haven't met, I should say. Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Grace. I'm an 8th generation farmer in Kentucky, and I'm a little bit sick today, but we'll ignore that. Today we have a very exciting video planned because I have so much to update you guys on. Let me get my stuff out of the truck and get into the store, and then I'll catch back up with you guys because it's raining. Okay, so the last I showed you guys the progress on this place, we had like nothing done. The inside wasn't done. I don't even think the outside was completely done yet. I know for a fact we didn't have the pumpkins. Yeah, we didn't have the pumpkins. I showed you the goats, but I've gotten some more animals since then. There's just been a lot of updates since the last time I showed you guys what was going on. So I'm going to give you the whole rundown right now. You pull in, you'll park over there, kind of like by my truck. This is the storefront. So we have the gator here. We use that to transport pumpkins for people since I don't have any wagons or anything like that. But this is the front. And usually we'd have the door open when we're open, but it's raining, so we're gonna leave it closed, and it's pretty cold. Here's the inside. Wow, 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 wow. It's kind of empty, but also not. So a lot of the stuff that's in here right now is stuff that I brought in from the storm. So like, these are all of our outdoor games, or a few of them. And then this goes over by the flower patch, so you can pick your flowers. We have some of our tables in here that I didn't want to blow away. We have our ring toss and our bowling ball, which is just a really round pumpkin. We'll start over in this corner for the grand tour. This is our free library. A lot of these books were donated. Actually, all of these books were donated by various people. We do have some bookmarks and stickers for sale, along with some candles. And then down here, we have a few coloring books over here. We have some customized coloring pages for the farm. So we have that one. We have this one. This is Miles with our calf that I'll show you guys in a second because you guys haven't seen him yet. This is one of our backdrops for photos, which you guys will see is kind of destroyed, which is really unfortunate, but we'll fix that later. And then I have some baskets up here for sale. We have this little table so that you can color. And then this is a really cool piece about the county, I think. It's a blanket, but it was framed. So this actually came from the paper mill. They had it hanging in their office and they raffled it off. My uncle won it and he said I could hang it in here. So there it is. Okay, here's our other bowling ball. But I also have some lotions up there. We have some soaps here. Tallow lip balm, which is really good. I have one. We have some vases for sale for the flowers. We have some cleaning products for like your home and stuff. And then we have some laundry scent booster down here. In there is just storage. So if you ever come here, don't open those. And then over here we have some sweatshirts and some t-shirts. We had a few that we sold out of, but just a little overview of everything. That's our ring toss game. Look how cool these bottles are. Found these in the barn. Slice. Very cool. That we brought inside is our pumpkin painting table. We have a station out there that we set up. And if you buy a pumpkin here and you pay admission, you can paint your pumpkin for free. So that is that half of the store. And then we come over here to this half, which is my favorite half. My bulletin board. I bought this off Facebook Marketplace. I love it so freaking much. I have some notes on there. I have Farm Animal of the Week. We have some flyers for local businesses. And then here we have some car air fresheners. We have more stickers, air fresheners, and then these cute little keychains. We have some more vases, candles, soaps. And then this is Ellie and Hip Share Kindness. This is a really cute book that Gavin's sister wrote. I love it so much. Gavin's actually in it. Hold on, let me show you. Look at that. Farmer Gavin. How cute. And then over here we have more candles, more soap, more vases. We have these beeswax food wraps that are freaking amazing. I use these literally every day. I used one this morning, actually. We have some cute little hair clips. And then down here, we have these syrups that you can use in like coffee, cocktails, water, whatever. We have dog treats, but they say biscuits on them. So a lot of people have thought that like it's a biscuit mix. But it's not. They're dog treats. We have some more of those over there as well. And then here, we have these drink sleeves that you can use on like fast food drink things. Then we have some more car freshies, air fresheners, candles, vases. And then over here, this is our fridge. We have more vases on the top and candles. And then inside, you can see the sign on the front. We have everything that's in the fridge. We have the prices with it. So we have our drinks in there. I don't have any sodas right now, and I need to cut up some apples for the animals. And then up here, ignore all this. We need to hang these on the wall still. But then over here, we have some kindness cards. These are also made by Gavin's sister. So these are like little prompts of kind things that you can do. And there's different categories. So this one's for kids. And then this one is keep it going. So these are like pay it forward kind of things. Then we have free and easy. I haven't actually opened one of these yet. Then we have womankind. And I think she has a couple more theme decks. But you can check those out. I'll put that link in the description too. Also up here, we have little Jesuses, because everybody needs a little Jesus in their life. Candy, that's free. I told my little brother, I said, the first piece is free. Every piece after that is $50. I'm sorry. He did not like that very much. These are some flowers that I picked from the flower patch that I have on display up here. I think they're so cute in one of the vases that we have for sale. But I think that's pretty much it. We have our cornhole boards over there. I think I'm gonna leave most of the outdoor games inside today because it is so gross outside. I don't think anybody's coming here to play outside. And if they are, of course, we will move the stuff back out because I'm not gonna have someone pay admission to not play the games. So, okay, so we got a pretty good storm last night. Lots of rain, lots of wind. When I was pulling in this morning, there was a lot of things I saw that were going to need attention, which is so unfortunate. Okay, before we go check out the damage though, I do want to take a minute to thank our sponsor, Good Chop. I've talked about Good Chop before, and I'm so happy to have them as a sponsor again because I genuinely love Good Chop, and I'm a paying subscriber regardless of a sponsorship. So for those of you that don't know, Good Chop is a subscription service that conveniently delivers high quality meat and seafood straight to your door. They offer a huge variety with over 100 menu items, and I love browsing their website to pick out all the stuff that I want. Plus, it helps me plan my meals in advance. This time in my box, I got ribeye, ground beef, bacon, chicken breast, New York strip steak, and pork chops. And I used the bacon to make candied bacon. I love candied bacon, and this is my first time making it. It turned out really good. Pretty proud of myself for that one. One of my favorite things about Good Chop though is they only source their meat through American farms and fisheries. So by choosing Good Chop, you're choosing to support local farm families and independent ranchers right here in the US. Plus they offer a 100% money back guarantee. That is how confident they are that you're gonna love it. So if you're interested in trying Good Chop, go to goodchop.com/YouTube and use my code GRACE50 to get $50 off plus free shipping on your first order. Again, go to goodchop.com/YouTube and use my code GRACE50 to get $50 off plus free shipping on your first order. And I just wanna say thank you to Good Chop for sponsoring this video, and thank you so much to all of you guys watching for making opportunities like this possible for me. Now let's go check out the damage. Okay, here we go. First thing I notice, obviously, both of my moms are gone. Oh, hey, before we get into all the mess, so this is a sink I found in the barn. Here I'm gonna have buckets of flowers in the sinks, and then this will be kind of a workstation. So you can take the flowers from the flower patch, and then I'll have some filler flowers here, and you can make your bouquet. I'm gonna have another thing right here that has like wrapping papers, vases, rubber bands, clippers, all that stuff so that you can have everything you need to put your bouquet together. But this is a work in progress still. I see a big mess over there that I don't like it. Got some mums that are destroyed. That's good. That's always good to see. That is literally complete. Oh my god. Sign fell over. Get that put back up. So this is a sign that I painted. It seems to be okay, other than it was knocked down. These are our mini pumpkins. We put them in the shopping cart that Brianna painted, and then I put this little logo on it. And it looks pretty cute, I think. So we have our mini pumpkins and our gourds. I need to move this to the sink, but we have some other pumpkins up here. All of those mums need to be gone, I think, which is really unfortunate. We have some cornstalk bundles. Clearly I need to drill some holes in the bottom of these barrels. That is something that I definitely overlooked. Most of these mums are okay. There's two over there I see that are flat. Perfect. That must have been from that. Let's see what this one looks like. Okay. That one's good. Nice. This one keeps falling over, but it's fine. Okay. All right. Maybe if I do that. Here we go. Okay, that one's fine though. Those are big. I'm so upset about this one. This one was so big and beautiful, and that one was too. Oh my gosh. Okay, that one needs to be thrown away, but all in all, most of the mums are fine, which is good. My tic-tac-toe boards and my checkerboard flew over here. Easy fix. We'll get those put back on their straw bales here momentarily. Oh, I totally forgot. My flowers are like very windy. Look, they are like laid over. Some of them are completely on the ground. Wow. That's really unfortunate. They still look beautiful though. My sunflowers, I had one sunflower blooming and it freaking broke. There it is. Just soaking. Whoa! Whoa. Okay. Here it is. Oh. I'm really stuck. Okay. I'm gonna have to take my shoes off before I go back in the store. Oh my gosh. So I had one sunflower that bloomed. It got laid over. It's probably gonna go right back over. Okay. I'm gonna cut that later. I don't have any clippers with me right now. It's really sad, actually. They are like laid over. And we still haven't even got to the freaking worst part. All that stuff is fine. I can just put everything back. Lost a couple mums, but you know, it is what it is. The worst part though, my freaking backdrop that I have on one of those coloring pages is it flipped over. So, as you can see, it is literally broken. And the part that sucks about this the most is that this is not my backdrop. This is my best friend's backdrop. She used for her wedding. She was storing it in the barn. She said, yes, you can use it, absolutely. And it freaking flipped over last night. So, the backdrop's here. It was back here. You can see, like, where the stands were. It was literally right behind these. So what it did is standing up like this and it literally just flipped over. These mums are all ruined. So I'll have to bring the gator around to pick those up. I think the pumpkins are all fine. They just need to be wiped down. Yeah, that backdrop is going to need to be fixed. Oh my gosh. Some of it literally, like, that piece completely broke. Like, are you kidding me? It completely broke. So, I'm going to be sending a nice long apology to her. I think that's really it as far as the damage goes. But we're going to go check on the animals. And as far as I can see, nothing with the animals seems to be out of the ordinary. Everything looks to be okay. You guys have met our goats, Penny and Charlotte. They're getting to be more and more comfortable. So hi girls. But what you haven't met, or who you haven't met, I should say, is Billy. Hi Billy. Everyone say hi Billy. Hi Billy. Oh my gosh. Hello. Hello, sweet boy. Hello, sweet boy. Oh, there he goes. So you've met Billy. There's 2 other animals you have not met yet. And this is Nigel. And that's Harold. Hi, Nigel. Hi, Billy. Hi, Harold. They are just chilling in here. So the reason I have them closed in right now is because it rained so much that I know this place would be an absolute mud bath if I let them out all day. So they're going to hang out in here the majority of the day, which is fine because it's raining anyway and nobody wants to be out in the rain. So the only reason Billy is out right now is because I just walked in here and he ran out, and he wants to play. You want to play, don't you, Billy? I'm going to fall down. I'm going to fall down. I can't play. I'll fall down. Okay. All right. I know. One of these days, we're not going to be able to play anymore. You're going to hurt me. Can't be doing all that. Okay, so Billy is a 1-month-old Hereford bull calf. And he had a rough go at it. Last week for a few days, he was sick. And I was very worried about him because, full disclosure, he was not pooping. Oh! I got water in my boot. Okay, Billy. We gotta hang out for a second. We gotta chill. He was bloating, which he usually bloats after his bottle, but it goes down before his next bottle. And this particular day, I noticed he was not energetic at all like he normally is, and his bloat wasn't going down. So I freaked out, of course, and I called my friend Kayla. If you guys don't watch Kayla here on YouTube, you should. She's awesome. She's also on Acres TV, but she lives pretty close to Gavin, and I'll be sure to link one of her videos either in the description or up here. I think it's over here. But she is really good with cattle, so she messaged me and was like, hey, if you need something, please call me. Like, I'm here to help. So I called her immediately and was like, hello, please help me. I am freaking out. She said, give him Pepto and start feeding him half a bottle every 4 hours instead of 1 bottle every 8 hours or whatever. So I did that. And after a few days of Pepto at night and half a bottle every 4 hours, he is rocking and rolling, feeling so much better again. Aren't you, Billy? Aren't you? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And now we're back to his energetic self. He is a firecracker, aren't you, Billy? Billy, he's the only calf in here, and he's rooming with 2 goats and 2 pigs. So he's really confused on what he is. He doesn't know if he is a goat or a pig. Definitely don't think he thinks he's a bull. But it's funny because you'll see the goats running around. They run around. What are you doing? The way that the goats run around, they kind of kick their back legs or whatever. So Billy will chase after them and he'll just buck around. So I think he thinks he's a goat in that aspect. But then he also tries to root up everywhere like the pigs do. So I think he's just confused. But I'll tell you what's not confusing. He's cute as ever. You're cute as ever. Yeah. Everybody say hi, Billy. Billy is our animal of the week. He's really loving it. Oh, I can't remember if I mentioned this in Brianna's video or my video. I just can't remember, but I know somewhere I mentioned that I had an issue with my pumpkins rotting. So I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but I ordered, full transparency, I ordered $1,300 worth of pumpkins wholesale to bring out here to sell. Let me shut this gate. Hold on.
Okay, so we are at the farm and we're going through all of our pumpkins because a whole bunch of them are bad. So we're going to toss a whole bunch of the icky ones to the animals, wiping them all down with vinegar to preserve them. Mixture of 50% vinegar, 50% water, but wiping them down with a rag always helps just preserve them, make them look shiny, prevent bugs from eating them, and just prevent mold from growing. But there's an excessive amount of already rotten pumpkins in our selection, so we're weeding those out. We're going to use some of the half-rotten ones for our decorations, but all the bad ones are going to go to the animals. As you can see, this one's clearly very rotten. Like, it's disgusting. So Grace is gonna grab the wheelbarrow and the shovel so we can get that in the wheelbarrow and give that to the animals right away. But we got all of these good pumpkins and gourds. They're like our half rotten, half good ones that we're gonna use for decorations around the pumpkin patch here. These are all the disgusting rotten ones. So that's kind of disappointing that half of our pumpkins are rotten.
Update on the pumpkins. They're gonna make it right and they're gonna replace all of the rotten ones. So that's good too. Oh no. Oh God. Okay, I think we're fine. I literally just recorded like a whole rant and I didn't even press record on the camera, so we're gonna start over again. What I was saying about the pumpkins, can't remember where I left off now, but I ordered $1,300 worth of pumpkins wholesale from a farm that I'm not gonna say the location of or the name of because I'm not about that. I just kind of want to explain the situation because it's a little frustrating and yeah, I guess PSA, don't be like this. So I bought $1,300 worth of pumpkins wholesale to bring down here and sell them retail at my store because I did not have enough time to grow my own pumpkins this year, which I will definitely be doing next year after this whole situation. The $1,300 worth of pumpkins entailed 7 pallets worth and 4 bushels. So I will put a video on the screen here of everything that I brought home the first day. So this is everything that I got. Came home, it was on a Friday that I went and picked it up. It was the Friday before my opening day. So I got them all set up. I did it that way because I wanted to make sure that I had enough time to get marketing material, enough time to market the pumpkin, but with little enough time where I knew that they would be good for a while. This is important. So picked them up that Friday. 5 days later, which would be Wednesday, I noticed that I had some rotting and I was like, okay, well, you know, a couple, I can live with that. So I'm like, but I'm gonna go through and make sure that they're all fine. Keep in mind, the day that I got home with them, immediately they were put on pallets on the ground, which I will show videos and pictures of on the screen here. Immediately they were put on pallets. They were never stored wet. They were never put, like, left in the pallets they came in for very long. That it was done correctly. They were wiped down with vinegar, the whole thing. So 5 days later, that Wednesday, I noticed some were rotting. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go through and we're gonna get out the rotted ones because I'm not selling those. I will not be the person that sells rotten pumpkins to people. I won't be the person that sells a bad product, period, on purpose. And I fully understand that accidents happen and I'm ready to take accountability for that, but this whole situation has frustrated me. So I am going through them and I realize it's a lot of pumpkins that are bad, a lot. And I'll put a picture on the screen here of after we went through all of them, we took all the bad pumpkins out and set them to the side. And this is what we ended up with. And that's out of 7 pallets of pumpkins, plus all the little mini pumpkins that I bought bushels of that were also rotten. And so I messaged the guy, I sent him a text, and I didn't say, like, these are bad, you need to replace them, this is terrible. I asked him, how many should I expect to have gone bad? How many should I expect to have rotted since I picked them up 5 days ago? But we had a big rain right before we picked them, so that could be a factor. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, if you knew that that could happen, why would you sell me these pumpkins? But if you're willing to fix the problem, then it's no big deal. It's fine. I understand that things happen. He said, okay, if you keep track of it, we'll replace them, or we'll replace some of them. I was like, okay. So I kept track, and I sent him a picture of how many, and I even said it was about half a pallet of these, a pallet of these, a pallet combined of these. I can't remember exactly what everything was, but anyway. I told him what was rotten, and he said, okay, if I give you one large pallet of a mix of all the pumpkins, will that be good? I said, no, because I easily lost at least 2 pallets. At least 2 pallets. He said, okay, I'll do 1 pallet of the large and medium pumpkins, and I'll do another pallet of the specialty pumpkins. I said, you know what? That'll work. Because I understand that, like, being a farmer at the moment is kind of hard, and I can sympathize with that. But what I can't sympathize with is not taking accountability for a bad product that you willingly sold. So that's the only part that I'm like, I don't like that. But nevertheless, we went and picked up, nonetheless, we went and picked up those pumpkins, the 2 pallets of pumpkins. And I even bought more pumpkins. I bought more of the mini pumpkins. So got those home, got them out on the pallets. I was like, okay, this is great. I still have plenty of pumpkins. Everything is fixed. I still expected to have a few bad ones from the original batch. Totally fine. I would look through them every few days and take out the bad ones. Not a big deal. So this was a few days ago, I saw one that was rotted, and I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, I need to go through them again and make sure I get out all the bad ones. Tell me why it was an entire truck bed full. I'm going to show you a picture of the ones I have left after taking all of these out. So at this point, I'm fuming because an accident is one thing. This is no accident. How is every pumpkin in the batch bad? There's no way that wasn't all of the pumpkins. Combined with the original photo and the picture of them in my truck bed, that had to have been all of the pumpkins that I originally bought. Minus probably a few outliers, but unless the second batch of pumpkins I bought was also bad. So I'm thinking to myself, well, surely this is a freak accident, because who would do this on purpose? I text the guy, I sent him a picture, I sent him this picture that's on screen right now, and I said, all of them are rotted. No response. It's been days. No response. And I can understand not wanting to replace all of them. I can even understand not being able to replace them and just, giving me a credit for pumpkins next year. I can understand that because I know that it's hard in the industry right now. But what I can't understand is selling bad pumpkins to a customer willingly and not being willing to actually fix the issue or even apologize for the issue. There never was an apology at all. Even the original pumpkins that went bad, the entire conversation, there was never an apology for, I'm sorry that this happened. This is something that doesn't usually happen. I'm not sure what happened. I'm sorry. I understand that you're now going to have to drive back up here to get pumpkins to replace the ones that you already bought. Literally, there was nothing. And I'm not trying to be entitled, whatever, but I am entitled to what I paid for, I think. So it's just really frustrating, and yeah, I will be growing my own pumpkins next year for sure. At the very least, buying them from somewhere else, because no response is just not acceptable, in my opinion. So that's been the whole pumpkin fiasco. I'll get off my soapbox now, I guess, but I'm not here to out the farm or anything like that. I'm just here to say, don't do that. Don't be that guy. Yeah, which really sucks because they were all really nice when I went up there the first time. And some of them even had watched my videos before. So, whatever. You live and you learn. I guess it's part of owning a business. But anyway, y'all like my hat? I got it made. But, oh, hey, did I tell you guys the name of the store, the farm? It's called the Dilly Dahlia. Isn't that cute? So I know this video is kind of boring. It's just that a lot of this stuff I can't pick up yet because I need help, especially with the backdrop. Plus, it's windy today, so I know a lot of the stuff I put back, it's just gonna blow right back over. So I'm kind of just waiting for the storm to fully pass. But I do want to say that I'm gonna be making a much more deep dive video on like how I started this more in depth as far as like the expenses go, how much it cost me to put everything together, the time that it took, you know, all that stuff. So if you have any questions about any of that, please let me know in the comments so I can put them on like a sheet so I can remember to answer those and go over those in that video, because I really want to do like a deep dive, really in-depth video on how I started everything. Because when I was starting, I was getting so frustrated because I could not find anywhere that had like everything I needed to start a business like this in Kentucky, as far as like permits, insurance, all that stuff. So I am by no means an expert on any of this, but if I can provide just like a little bit of insight on how I did this specifically in Kentucky, I think that would be really cool. Let me know those in the comments. Okay, so now that that spiel's out of the way, I'm gonna make a little sign to go on the door that says, "Be right back." Since I'm here by myself today, just in case anybody does come, I don't want them to come and then think that since nobody's here, we're closed. Okay, and we're gonna print this. I think the smartest thing I did in the store was bring my printer over here. It's so easy to just make a sign real quick. Cute, huh? There we go. Someone's ready to eat. Hi, Billy. Billy, hello. So I give him half a bottle of milk, and then I give him half a bottle of warm water to help him digest the milk better. And then after that, all good. I give him a little bit of grain. All good. The most grain he's ate at one time in a while. Oh, you're not done. Okay. All done. Was that so good, Billy? Oh my god. He's so cute.
I just want to squeeze him. I just want to squeeze you, Billy.
Yeah. Hi, Billy. Hi, Billy. Well, the sun was short-lived. Now, there's quite a big one. I think I'm going to try and stand up my backdrop here and see what the damage on the backside is. I can't even stand it up like that because the side's broken. Bottom section. Okay. I think at the end of the day for this, it'll just be a matter of making new like frames. So the way that it's set up, it's in 3 different sections. The back part is, and then it's got the 2 braces on either side. And I think it'll just be a matter of making new, what's the word? I think it's just a matter of making new frames for the 3 back pieces, and then we'll be fine. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't want to risk breaking anything or breaking it any more than it's already broken, kind of like I just did. But it's very windy and very cold, so I'm just gonna go inside.